I just saw the defensive upside of this group, but offensively, you seem to be a struggle for most of
Yeah,
the school.
we're going to have to work on it. Spacing, decision making. That's actually been two consistent themes the last handful of weeks, and we're going to continue to work on it until we get more clarity, confidence on what's working for us. And there was times, where it looked disjointed, obviously. And against a team like Boston, you have to execute with intention and purpose. Otherwise, they can flatten you out with their switches or with just the size at the rim. So you're constantly going to have to make decisions. The decisions end up being a little bit clearer if your spacing is better, but that doesn't solve everything. It still ends up being decision-making, when you have the ball in your hands, and that's what we'll get better at.
The defense with that starting group in the first 5-6 minutes looked
Yeah.
strong.
And
what was there in that stretch that wasn't there?
Yeah, what I felt like was our resolve and focus lost steam, when we started to get disjointed offensively. And that happens with teams. It happens with young teams. It happens with, some inexperienced teams. That's also a big thing that we'll overcome. To be able to function defensively, even if we've had 4 or 5 straight possessions where we missed shots or it didn't go the way we wanted it to. Well, we'll work on that and improve that, and hopefully, not go through those stretches where there's so many possessions in a row offensively that are not great. But we still have to be able to function on the other end, which we're capable of. We saw it, at least the disposition, and everybody on the same page. And as they started to chip away, they started to get more open shots, more open threes. They end up making 9. They end up shooting 32 in the first half. That's not a recipe for good success, for them. So that now they've gotten everything going that they want to get in their game. Get close to 63s on pace for that, and then Tatum now can operate in space and pretty much do what he wanted to in the second half.
Celtics, of course, they like to shoot a lot of threes, and they're obviously good defensively, and you guys shot a lot of threes to keep up with them. But how much of that is a balance of settling for threes and also not necessarily being aggressive going to the basket as you could be?
It's pretty much a function of what I was talking about. It's decision-making and then the spacing, that works hand in hand. We know that we're at our best when we're getting aggressive paint touches, but there's still a decision at the end of that paint touch. So I'll look at it, but I don't think the threes were an issue. I think some of the spacing and decision-making.
Your thoughts on the newcomers? Obviously, it's tough to come in, not know a lot. You started 2 of them. What are your thoughts on the play, the 3, and your approach with the lineup tonight, please?
I see the potential in all 3 of them. I think they can be big-time value adds, to what we're trying to do. We want to get them as comfortable as possible. I think Wiggs, once he gets really comfortable, you can see, that the areas that he can help on both ends of the court. But he's a weapon, offensively, defensively. He can really move. He has that kind of length and unique ability to move laterally. And then the other 2 guys, they'll fit right in defensively with what we're doing.
Coach, with Davion, it seemed like his playmaking was really on point today. I know he's known for his defense, but the passing ability, especially in that first quarter, what did you like to see from him, and maybe what's to come for him?
Yeah, we'll give him clarity on what he needs to do. Look different with Tyler in there. But I was encouraged, by the playmaking. He was able to get the ball back to Bam, a couple times, get the ball to Wiggs. He'll be able to get the ball to Tyler, where he needs to. So we'll get him clarity on that.
To the point of no Tyler, is there anything that you saw tonight that when he is back in the rotation, but he's like on the bench and like in spots of the game that that the team can build on offensively without him on the court?
With Tyler?
Yeah,
for sure. With Wiggs and we have enough firepower, but we're going to have to iron out these other 2 big levers, spacing and our decision making. All right, thank you.